That is a way to start a morning with a big drum and some music. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. My name is Andrea, and welcome to Tuesdays on the Daily Huddle. As I mentioned, my name is Andrea, and one of the fourth hosts that host the Tuesdays of Relationships and Communication Matters. I'm building this with Tira and her team and our expertise in relationships and communications. And I bring a little bit of that entrepreneurship business perspective. I am a business strategist, which means I can help you put ideas into actions from a business standpoint. And what I love, and Tara can testify to this, is I love organization, clarity, and simplicity. So that's what I'm going to bring to today, which is a continuation of what we did a month ago about the framework I put together to help people let go, leave, or quit something that is holding them back. Okay, so today the question of the day is, what would change if you finally named your situation without filters, spin, or excuses? And I'm very specific about those words. And the objective of today's session is to reinforce this framework that I presented to you last time. I call it SAYNO, SAYNO, SAYNO framework. And I'm going to explain the first part of it. And at the end, hopefully we're going to have a statement, or at least partially a statement that is going to help you clarify your current situation. Okay? So what is finally, how would you feel about finally telling yourself the truth about that situation you're currently are in? So as I mentioned, we're going to focus that discussion today on particularly answering this question, or think about this for a second. I'm going to put everybody on mute. Okay, perfect. So this is the question, and it's a feeling question. Have you ever felt something was wrong, but you kept pushing through? What if the first step of you thinking about it, it was just to name what you feel is wrong? Okay, so that's the idea of today. And I'm going to, let me put a presentation here. Let me share something I want to share. Is going to help us in our discussion. And you should see a black screen, but right now, if I hit project, you should see the first part of this presentation. Do you see a big statement? So yes. This is a statement, perfect. Thank you, Tara. So this is a statement that I have found via the research that I'm conducting to write my book. Did it go blue, or you guys are still seeing it?
Blue. It's
yes.
Beautiful blue, but it's gone.
Beautiful blue, but I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Let's stop sharing. And let's try it again. Share, desktop 2. And now we're going to say, should look good now, I think. Okay, yep. Perfect. So let's try this again. And one of the things that I found, because I have conducted several interviews with people and also research, and one of the things that people who want to let go or leave somebody or quit their jobs, they usually do is they do it cold turkey. Some of them also do it through a very prolonged, chaotic process. It's long, it's tedious, it's painful, but no matter who they are or how they do it, they have an issue, which is not having a plan, not having a written guidance that can help them go through that process. So let me repeat this. People often do it cold turkey. Others do it very long process, pushing through. I can keep doing this. And what both of that type of people have in common is that they, or most of them, don't have a plan. So the first idea of this situation is that if you're in a situation that you want to currently let go or quit, this plan can help you do it. But if you're not, at least this plan can provide you with a framework for whenever you're ready to do it, okay? It's going to help you leave, let go, or quit what's holding you back, and is framed in the following 5 things. Say no is the name of the framework, but the first is a situation. Then you take action. The action could be a yes and a no, because you say yes to some things while you say no to others, and then you move onward. Say no as situation, action, yes, no, and onward. And a framework is not a tool that is step-by-step process. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. A framework you can actually take into any part of your journey, even though there is a process. You can take it in your journey and you will have an outcome. So the outcome of the situation, which is number 1, we're going to write a story. We're going to write our current story. This is the story. It's like a story of a book. Is the controlling idea of a movie. That's what we do in the first part of our framework. And the second part of our framework, which is action, we're going to write, I call it an exit criteria. It's used in project management. You will end this project when we go over the budget by 25%. You use it in the military when you are exiting a project and you don't want to use all your resources. You have a criteria, which is a set of standards that are going to help you. I don't know what is this. Do you see something in the screen very inappropriate? Are you seeing some things that are inappropriate, like in a blue comment?
No.
Okay, I don't know what's happening with my computer. I don't know if there are comments in our live, but that's okay.
Andrea?
Yes.
Yes, it's on my
Yeah.
screen.
Oh,
What
yes,
is-
it is.
What
Oh
is
my
happening?
gosh. You
Let
have some
me
kind of
Can you
virus.
stop.
can you take that off? Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off and I am going to escape, and I don't have any opening on my screen besides Zoom and my PowerPoint. So I don't know what to do. Do you think is the live virtual, the live thing?
No, let me see.
Andrea, this happened last week, I think last week, Wednesday.
Really?
So yeah.
So it's not my computer, it's something in our,
someone is hacking in.
is,
Oh
Yeah.
my. So it's only when you share the screen
Yeah.
okay. So it is, our system is hacked. Well, I mean, the daily
now?
hack.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay, Sophie, maybe I'm gonna continue without sharing screen just to prevent our,
Hey, Andrea,
uh-huh.
there's somebody named Adam Solomon who was on there. I just removed them. This is the second time he's done it.
Okay, so he's a participant. Okay, let me stop my video for a second.
He's gone now.
He's gone.
Sí, ya no está.
Okay, so you guys, you need to flag that person if you have access to their handle or information. And they just hack our system. That's unfortunate. Well, let's see the positive side of aspect. They see us important and they want to hack our system. So that's a good thing. Trying to see the positive of this, but are they gone? Should I continue sharing my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Lo que voy a hacerte host para que solo tú puedas compartir.
Okay, perfecto. Gracias. Okay, let's try it again. So that's why we saw a blue thing earlier. Maybe they were, yeah, taking over our presentation. Okay, let me go back here and, okay, so let me rewind for a second. So we go back. Thank you everybody for being patient about what just happened, which is unfortunately, and you, Adam, whoever you are, shame on you. Okay, the framework can help people not only quit something or let go something right now if they're ready to do it, but also can help people in the future. So SAYNO, situation is the first one. And at the end of that activity, we're going to have a story. We're going to have the story, your current story is like the controlling idea of a book, is the controlling idea of a movie. We're going to have that. The next section, I call it action, and we're going to have an exit criteria, which is a set of rules that will help you determine when to end something. In project management, usually is used for projects. We will end this project if we go over budget by 20%. In the military as well, they do it when projects and resources are not getting into completing mission, so they decide and create an exit criteria. We should have that in our lives. That's my thinking. We should have an exit criteria. When you start a job, you will say, if I don't get a promotion 3 years from now, I should leave or have, you see where I'm going. So when we enter into a relationship, enter into an activity, you should have an exit criteria. Yes, it's a list of actions. This is nothing I invented. It's just taken from the beautiful and amazing people who have created habits and the idea of those habits. So let's just create a list of actions that are always going to help you say yes to the things that matter during your specific time. In the no portion, we're going to create a manifesto. A manifesto, usually in creative arena, is to inspire those creatives to write something, to do something. Well, a manifesto is also something that can empower people to stay behind something you believe in. So we're going to create a manifesto. And then and onward, we're going to have a plan. We already went through the process of quitting. How are we going to recover from whatever we let go or whoever we let go? And how are we going to continue evolving our story? Okay, so that's the idea of the framework. I explained it a little bit more in detail today with the intent that we're going to focus on our situation. So we're going to have a couple of exercises today. I'm going to check our time. Okay, we're good on time. We're going to have a couple of exercises that are going to focus our thinking in our situation, which is going to help us gain clarity and define what needs to change. So if you have a situation currently that you're struggling with, this is perfect. But if not, think in the future. If something were to change in my current situation, I'm feeling great about it, but if there were something to change, how I'm going to gain clarity on that thing and put in place the things that are needed to change. What does that mean? We will identify commitments and attachments. What am I committed to that I want to continue doing? But what are the things that you have a commitment that you don't want to continue doing? What are your attachments? What are you attached to things that you need to start letting go? We're going to recognize barriers that are preventing you this change, and oh, by the way, usually it's you. The main barrier is you. There are other barriers, external factors that we cannot control. And at the end, we're going to have, as I mentioned, a written story statement. Okay. I've learned that writing any type of journey story is a challenge of its own, and it's more so when you're writing it about you. So I took the exercise, again, as part of my building my momentum, and wrote my story about when I decided to change my story. So this was me, or still me, an overachieving advertising executive quits the corporate grind after going through a difficult divorce. She starts her own business only to realize she's running out of time to be someone else. I don't know, a criminal lawyer, a communication professor, or the Mother Teresa of stray animals. She finds herself in a coffee shop, smiling while writing her first book. Please note first, because there are going to be many more, but writing her first book that will ultimately help many people like her, not just to find the meaning in life, but learn the power of saying and employing no to the things that don't matter. So this is me. I took the chance to write a story that could help me. I will help you identify something that will help you write this story. So let me tell you a little bit about what happened. I was Thursday, about 3 months ago, 3:30 p.m. That's usually a time that I take a break. If not, I just finish my day. But 3:30, decided to watch some TV, and I started watching an episode of The Lincoln Lawyer. And The Lincoln Lawyer, there was an episode that he was very specific about a story with a shady DEA agent, a crooked ex-cop, cartel thug, this bar lawyer, an idiot son, I don't like that word, but that was part of the story, and an innocent client. So this is what he says. What is keeping you at night? And Mikey, the lawyer, says, oh, legal. I can't see the forest for the trees on this case. I've got a shady DEA agent running around, a crook ex-cop, a cartel thug, this bar lawyer, and his idiot son, and an innocent client in jail, plus a victim I used to represent. Glory days. Top of it all, I think I'm being followed. Well, that's not what I call a winning hand, kid. So where I'm going with this is I want you to take, please, if you have a piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to write something similar to what I'm doing here. I'm not saying you're a shady person. I'm not saying you're crooked. I'm not saying you're this bar, but what I'm trying to enlighten here is the usage of very descriptive words. So I want you to take, and we're going to count this, 1 minute to find an adjective that describes your current situation. And because I like to help people, there is a list on screen of words that are this very descriptive. For example, burned out, overextended, lost, unfocused, tired, running on empty, resentful. They don't have to be all negative, but what I'm trying to do here is build momentum about something you want to quit. So think about this adjective related to something you want to let go. A bad habit, a job, a person, and use this adjective to describe how you feel about that situation. And let's take a minute. Okay. After this, of course, we need to have not the characteristic of who describes you, but a word that defines that activity, that person that you are right now, again, related to the things or the people you want to let go. And I created another list. So this one is all about the adjectives describing who you are. This next list is a list of activity-related descriptors that can define who you are. For example, entrepreneur, executive, mother, volunteer, single woman wanted for a promotion, an artist. So if you see where I'm going with this, you're going to combine one of the words before, stressed, for example, with the list of another activity related descriptor, startup founder. So if you are a stressed startup founder, it's giving you already momentum to start describing how you feel about what you want to let go. Sounds that you probably need to let go of things. If you were the stressed startup founder, you probably are going to get into a story about telling you you should stop doing things in your business that are making you stress, or you should fire that client who keeps being inappropriate and you don't want to continue getting their money. Another example could be a confused teacher. If you currently are a teacher and you're confused, it may be you're confused about your current career and you want to change it. It may be that you're confused about the impact you're making on your kids. It could be confused about the relationships that you're not having because of all the work that requires you being a teacher. So you see where I'm going with this? It's creating an adjective, combining an adjective with a descriptor of who you are and how it makes you feel towards something that you want to quit. So I'm going to put a pause here. I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot, but if anybody who is right now in our live audience that want to share something about how this process is making you feel, or if you want to share your current situation, by all means, let's talk about it.
Well, I'm always the sharer, so I'd like to give someone else a chance if they would like to be diagnosed by Andrea.
Not that diagnosed. I'm just helping you write a story. I'm
Well,
not
I have
clinical expert.
disjointed freelancer.
Okay, disjointed freelancer. Okay, okay. Do you want to expand on that? But that's pretty descriptive. Did it help you define your current situation with just 2 words?
Yes, yes.
And that's what I'm
This is
trying
why
to
I love words. I mean, I could go on and dilute the whole message, but I don't know, that word just came to me, disjointed. My activities to provide a business are very disjointed.
Okay, you're a disjointed freelancer. That currently, we're not saying that that's something that is your identity. I don't, again, this is not to frame or put you in a situation of being super uncomfortable, but a little bit uncomfortable so you can actually stop doing the things that are making you feel a disjointed freelancer, right? That's the intent. Fareed, do you want to share something? Do you have any questions about what we're doing here? Just also getting immediate feedback to see how this is going.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I've got frustrated. That's the adjective. And I wrote down frustrated employee in transition.
Okay.
And then I also wrote down frustrated person who just cannot find their way.
Okay.
So it's like you would like things to happen. You would like things to happen in your life, but it's not happening.
Okay. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I want you to stay in that sentiment, that feeling, and you're going to write next to it 2 barriers that you currently are experiencing. And the third one, I want you to write down myself. Just put it as a barrier because you need to take that into consideration. But you need to, let's identify the potential barriers or situations that you believe are going to prevent you from getting rid of this feeling. So if you're currently this person who doesn't know, confused about where it's going and an employee in transition, what do you think are the barriers that are currently there that could potentially prevent you from changing? So let's write it down because those barriers are super important. Those barriers are not only right now, but they may come in the future. So you need to be prepared, not once, but twice, to face them and overcome them. And this helps, I have more words to share with you, but if this helps, choose one that is an internal barrier, fear, emotional well-being, some things that are internal, and others that are external, things that you cannot control. The way that your boss is, or for freelancer activities disjointed, the different clients that you're working with, or different activity, things that you cannot control. What are the barriers that you currently have? And I have a list of things that are important in your current situation that could be external or internal, that could help employ additional words in this story to create that critical path that is going to help you make decisions. Boundaries, career satisfaction. What are the things that currently are important in your life that those barriers are not going to let you get? Sense of purpose, social life, a better marriage, romantic relationships. So those are current situations that those barriers are not going to let you have. And those barriers, the most important thing is that you will be prepared to overcome them by just naming them. The whole idea of today is a bunch of words that we are going to name them. We're going to put them in writing and are going to help us write a story as the one that I shared with you at the beginning. Next set of words that I can put into your thoughts are, like Farid mentioned, there is a sense of frustration or he didn't use those words, but confusion, not clarity, but using specific words can help you clarify those unresolved thoughts that are not going to help you quit or let go of the things that are holding you back and are impacting your life in a second level. Anxiety over the future, diminishing your energy, you're losing motivation. So all of these are things that are the current situation are not helping you and are being reflected in your life. And the last thing that I want you to do is repeat the words that you use at the beginning. And as a homework, I would like you to please try to write a story of your current situation as the one I presented at the beginning and send it my way. I'm going to put it again on screen so you can read it one more time. An overachieving advertising executive. Those are the two words that we described today and we work together and putting together. But I want you to take a stab at writing the next part of your story. Just take a stab, and try it. What are you going to let go, as you see in the next sentence, with the corporate grind after going through a difficult divorce? So those situations that I mentioned that are hard in your life, that are not letting you think, that are not letting you do things, try to write that story. And think about the rest. If you want to continue doing the rest, that's great. But just focus on that first sentence. What is my current story? I am an overarching executive who quit the corporate grind and went through a divorce. Name it, put it in a piece of paper, send it my way, and we can continue building the story in the next session. So that's what I have for today. Any last minute thoughts? Because I know that we're right on time.
You're asking us to identify something that we need to quit doing
Correct.
that's going to help us to get where we want to go, basically, right?
Yes.
That's where I'm struggling, but I'm going to work on that. So, okay.
And I want you to think, thank you, Thera, for clarifying if I was not clear. Yes, I want you to write something and feel free to write it as it was a movie. Think about a book, think about a movie, think about something that is actually inspiring you to see yourself as the hero who is going to go through this journey.
Got it.
That's the idea.
Love it. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Tara. Farid, how do you feel about this exercise?
Oh yeah, it's really nice.
Awesome.
I will
Fantastic.
write my story and I will send it to you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so now closing. I'm sorry, we're 1 minute over. We just had a little bit of those technical situations, but our tenets are: we love tremendously and strong. We give, we laugh, we stress less, we sleep. That's my favorite one. We eat plants and we move that body. Thank you, everybody, for our session today on naming your current situation so you can change it.
Awesome, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.
Bye, everybody.
Andrea.
Bye. Thank you.